Hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome to Bert Sugarman's Midnight Special. I'm Wolfman Jack. Greetings. Tap water. Hey guys, no, it's New York Dan here. I'm doing my early morning chat, but it is morning. It's like midnight. Yeah, I went to sleep already. Man, it is frigid out here. 22 degrees. I just checked my weather app before I came on the air because I'm like, why is it so damn cold all the time? Like, what's going on around here? Yeah, it's one of those days where you're better off staying in. That's the problem with New York. And now that I got up, I'm like starving again, or I'm hungry. It's bad news, guys. Have to take the bull by the horns. I don't know how much I really ate today. Maybe I didn't eat as much as I thought. Yeah. I still have to cook up the Instapot meal. I got to do that. I might do some more after this video. I might do some more work. I have some projects going on. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that because guess what? I got very little left to eat. I had the Chinese. That's gone. Was that just yesterday? I think it was yesterday I got that. I had some more of it today, so I almost got 2 meals out of it. We're going to talk some Sarasota Tim today. Don't you worry. We're going to talk some Sarasota. I finished the pizza up. Oh, by the way, those chili peppers they're delicious. Yeah, it turns out they're not as spicy as I thought. I was afraid they were going to be insanely hot and I wouldn't be able to eat them. These might even be cayenne peppers, pretty much. Yeah, I got a pack of them. They weren't cheap. It was like $8 for this pack. They're longer peppers that are thinner. They look like cayennes. It's very hard to find them labeled cayenne. It just says chili pepper. In case you're wondering why I'm concerned if they're cayenne, I've been seeing videos online and the cayenne are supposed to have the best health effects. They're supposed to help you with all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they're real healthy peppers, but they're very hard to find. A lot of people grow their own. Yup. So, what's happening these days, guys? We're going to talk some stock. Yeah, some stock talk in today's video. We're going to talk, we'll, of course, do some Sarasota Tim. What else is going on? Oh, I'm going to talk about some cool stuff I saw on YouTube. You remember that show BJ and the Bear? Yeah, that truck show? Big rig show. I'm going to talk that. One of my friends, he's getting into radio-controlled hobbies again. Yeah, he found a speedboat that's radio-controlled. These boats are fast. And he wants to run it in Eisenhower Pond on Long Island. Yeah, he said he's bringing it to a hobby shop in Mineola, Long Island, and they're going to try to fix it up for him. It might need a new battery. It has a LiPo battery. Yeah, this is a brushless motor electric speedboat. It hydroplanes on top of the water. Yeah. And I got one of them too. I got one of those boats in my garage. You may have seen it on the shelf. And I got to check the batteries on that one. We may be running these. Yeah. But, of course, we got to wait until the pond defrosts before we do that. I'm sure it's frozen over with these temps. So, Yeah, we're going to fill in. We're going to talk some Sarasota here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show you a computer system that I'm setting up for my stock trading. We'll get right into it. We'll get into it now. That's why I love these videos on YouTube that are, they're really bad. They're far worse than any videos I make. These guys, like every video on there seems like a scam now, a clickbait. There was one today that I clicked on that said Dick Van Dyke. He just had a birthday. He turned 100, right? How bad is this? You want to talk about bad YouTube videos? They put a freaking clickbait thumbnail and screen up that showed the dates, Dick Van Dyke's birthday and his death date. And they announced that he passed away. And it said celebrities that have passed away. And I'm like, what the heck? He just had a birthday. I can't believe this. This is terrible. I clicked on it. I started watching. It was a bunch of BS. The video was going on and on. I'm like, well, what's going on with Dick Clark? What? Not Dick Clark, Dick Van Dyke. What's going on about him? I hope I didn't say that to begin with. Maybe that's really bad. I did go to sleep though, so I have to get my brain revved up now. Dick Van Dyke. You know, it was so bad to clickbait that. I looked up on my phone after I watched the video a few minutes. I'm like, wait a minute. This would have been on like World News or something if he passed. I Googled it. He didn't pass. The video was crap. I stopped watching it. I'm like, that's it. It's all BS. He didn't pass away. You imagine that? The lens, it seems like every video on there is some kind of nonsense like that where it's clickbaited up. It's terrible. Yeah. I don't know how I even got talking about that, but that's the kind of crap. I said I wasn't going to watch any more of those that had like once they have subtitles and you don't see the person that's actually on the video, that's it. I'm done with it. That's not made, it's not a real video. It's made by AI. I should talk. I just posted an AI video this afternoon, which I'm telling you, that one came out, I was cracking up. I came out so funny, man. That Tim's been mouthing off about this dirt bike thing. Yeah, a trail bike that can go off-road, and I don't know what he's going to do with it and why he thinks that's going to help his channel so much. I just had to throw something together. But at least my AI video is funny, and it's only like a minute long. I mean, that's different. But these videos on YouTube that have the damn subtitles, and the videos are like a robo video made with AI that goes on for hours or talking, and it's not even, you know what the worst part is? I've watched a number of those in the past, and most of the time they are not accurate. They don't have correct information. You waste time watching it. It's not even correct. That's why I don't like those. If you don't have a real person telling you something that's like, oh, somebody's calling me up here. Sorry, can't do it. Can't take the call right now. I'm going to have to hire an answering service. An agent. That's what I need, an agent, right? But, yeah. As soon as I see those vids, I'm out. And you know, the weird thing is, like, the algorithm pushes that. They seem to promote those. I don't understand it. It's not even real. Or it has, I'm into engines and stuff. There's some that they're famous for this. The AI robo videos, they're talking about like diesel engines. They like clickbait me into watching it or whatever. And it's talking about like some kind of an amazing diesel. This is what they got me with in the past. They're like, oh, this one is super special. We're going to tell you about it. And it's all incorrect information. They're putting up graphics. It's not even a diesel engine. They're showing different engines that aren't even right. they're like, oh, why is the Detroit 453 the most legendary diesel engine? And it's all AI generated, and they're showing you like a Dodge Slant 6 gas engine or something. For those that know, if you're a gearhead, they're showing all these different engines that are not right. I'm like, this, what a bunch of bull. Man. So anyway, I'm going down a rabbit hole. But back to Sarasota. Let's focus here, guys. Focus. Jeez Louise. Just tap water tonight, guys. Haven't even had any red wine or anything tonight. Jeez. All right. You know what's going on? Sarasota, he put out a video earlier today, like, again, it's like he puts one video out on a Saturday. He's got some kind of a market job. That's what he's doing. One of those store jobs. It's probably, there's a Winn-Dixie right by where he lives. I bet you he's got the vest on there and he's working over at the store. Yeah. Yeah, he did it again today. He put out a video 1 hour ago, late at night, right? And in the morning, he put out a spiritual muscles video 14 hours ago. Only one video early in the morning, one video at night. He's over at the market working. That's his weekend gig, a side hustle, mind you. And you know why? Because the market's extra busy on a Saturday or a Sunday. That's why on those days he's not around doing his videos. Also, I noticed on one of the holidays, like New Year's Eve or something like that, or right when they need extra people, or the day before New Year's, he was doing the same thing. Yeah. That's what it is. The one he put out tonight, 67 and Solo, my new stealth camping setup in the Super Duty. This one came out when I was asleep. Let's see what's going on here. I got me real notes right here, me lads. I got some notage. Okay. He shares his new minimalist stealth camping setup in his Ford Super Duty. He discusses a plan to use an air mattress in the back seat of the truck for sleeping. And a Honda CRF 300 dirt bike carried on a moto tote for exploring off-road. He highlights the advantages of this setup, such as the truck's four-wheel drive capability and the convenience of the motorcycle for local exploration and as a backup in case he has issues with the truck. He expresses his excitement for traveling and exploring Utah with his new setup. He also touches on his current diet and exercise routine and how he's feeling excited for the new year. This is the crap he's trying to pull. This the stuff. Yeah, he's been talking about this. And it's a harebrained scheme. Is he not going to pull the trailer? He's just going to do a trip with the truck? No amenities at all. He's going from saying how he needs all the amenities of his trailer and how it's so great to travel to pull it with him. He's going completely the opposite. And now he's saying he's going to sleep in the truck and he's going to bring this dirt bike to ride around on. I don't know about this. Let's see. We're going to ask why the Goldwing is not a good fit. he says because it's a touring machine that isn't suitable for off-pavement adventures. It's too heavy and will sink in the sand, unlike the lighter dual sport dirt bike he plans to acquire. He also implies that while it's a magic carpet ride for paved roads, it limits the kind of exploration he wants to do in places like the mountains or the deserts. The dual sport allows him to go places the Goldwing won't. Why is history repeating? That is one of the questions they give me, an AI question. It's repeating because Sarasota Tim is considering buying a lightweight dual dirt bike and using the Moto Tote carrier. This is a similar setup he had 3 years prior when he owned another Honda dirt bike and he Moto toted it at the back of his Toyota 4Runner. Yup. This is crazy. That's what he's up to. That's the kind of nonsense. Unbelievable. Let's see what, I'll read you some of the comments. This is a harebrained scheme. He's actually going to, here he just bought that damn Goldwing. He's going to sell it. I think he's on the skids. I think he needs the money from the Goldwing to buy this dirt bike. And the deal is the dirt bike is less money. So he's going to have some hundos in his pocket again. Yeah, and I'll tell you why he's doing that. Because he's bummed out. He's peed that he has to work at the market. He's working at the market on the weekends whenever they need extra workers. He's peed. That's why he's trying to do this. That's where the scheme came from. He can't afford to keep the Goldwing. He wants to cash that out. Man. So yeah, other than dreaming about his dirt bike, what he's been doing basically is crushing it for Christ, religious style videos. He did one, like I said, the first one he did this morning was basically one of the crushing it for Christ. Then he went to his famous Nathan Benderson Park again, and he walked around that. Yeah. And he talked more about the motorcycle as he walked. And he gets peed off because they have speakers playing music. So he has to walk way out by the road when he does his walk so that the music doesn't show up on his video. Oh yeah, he did find a way to moto vlog a setup where he's using some kind of a headphone as a microphone in his helmet. But he did that with the Honda Goldwing. He did a 15-minute video about moto vlogging on the wing. He's driving around doing narration. Here's the problem. It's a crap setup and a crap video. You can't even hear the bike running. You can't hear anything. It sounds just like somebody did a voiceover driving a bike around, driving a motorcycle. Yeah, can you believe that? I wonder if it isn't a voiceover. He claims he's talking in the helmet. All you hear is him talking. You don't hear a single note of the motorcycle. You don't hear traffic. You don't hear anything. So it's kind of pathetic. It's not a good moto vlogging video. You want just the right mix. You want to be able to hear the bike. You want to be able to hear stuff, but without all that wind noise. Yeah, I've seen it done. People do it. He doesn't have the right microphone set up to do it. And he put some kind of a mount where his phone is mounted maybe on his face, like under his chin or something, because he said it will turn when he turns. Some strange thing like that. But these moto vlog videos, they don't seem to get any views. I think it got around 1,000 views. And, you know, it's not, let's put it this way, it's low for Tim's channel. That might be a great number of views for my channel, but not for his. The problem is he needs to make some kind of a video that instead of getting like the usual number of views, like if you did the moto vlog and it got like 10,000 views, then you'd be on to something. But it gets less views. It gets the viewage that the Crushing It for Christ gets. Crushing It for Christ or moto vlogging, you don't have to think twice. Yeah, they both get about the same amount of views. So Tim, he talks about his new Wrangler jeans. He claims they're 3330. 33 waist? Are we real here? Is that real? Can he fit into that size? That seems a little suspicious to me. I don't see anyone with a belly that can fit into a 33 waist. Man, that's a small waistline. My jeans are much bigger than that. Yeah, 30, usually 36, 37, something like that. I gotta watch out. I don't know if I buy 33. That's like, you're talking someone that's like a very thin man to wear something that tiny. I think you'd have to weigh about 140 pounds to fit into a 33. I don't know. So yeah, his latest comments on this moto vlog dreaming video here, camping. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Davis Industries commented, Tim, you got to get your bowel movements regular. That helps with weight loss, especially if you are backed up for a week. I guess they said he was talking about his diet on this one. Oh, man. What a comment. What a channel. What kind of channel is this? Harley Guy says, why not just put your bike in the back of your truck and tow the camper? Both of best of both worlds. No reply. I guess if he gets the dirt bike, you might be able to fit it in the back of the Ford. That's tricky though. And getting the bike all the way up in a pickup truck bed, that's easier said than done. They do have ramps you can buy, like that fit the tire, like a V ramp. You roll it right up there or you drive it up there. I don't know. St. Louis Scott, greetings. He commented, Moto Tote Sport carries my 400-pound Yamaha X-Max just fine. Sturgis, 2 years in a row with it. Number 3 coming. Oh, yeah, he's going back. Sturgis, for those that don't know, it's a big motorcycle rally that it's the name of a city where it's held. Sturgis. Is that in the Dakotas? South Dakota? Am I right? Yeah, that's what that's about. Sturgis. I've never been to it. I've never traveled west. Someday I'll have to do that, do a road trip. I want to see Route 66. Lawrence Leggett says, put the hitch on the back of your trailer. Then you'll have 2 forms of travel and your trailer with you. Yeah, maybe you could mount the dirt bike on the back of the RV, the microlight. I think he's afraid to travel with that microlight. He doesn't want to have to tow that. Bubba commented, broom the gold wing. I guess that means sell it. Or ride it. Alvin Musso commented, nice video. And Davis Industries commented, again, Tim, I'm thinking the exact thing with the air mattress, but you need blackout shades for camping. I would only do it in the winter. I don't want to idle indefinitely, even with the Pro Power on board. Yeah, you know, in an old video, Tim actually left his car idling all night so he could have, it probably was for the air conditioning. Yeah, he slept in the car all night long with it idling. I think with the 4Runner. He's done it before. Well, believe it or not, guys, these are the only comments. There's only like 8 comments on the whole video. I can't believe it. That's the end of the comments, guys. That is really bad. That's pathetic. 9 comments right now. Yup, 9 comments on his video. No reply or sign of Tim on that comment section. He doesn't even go through and like any of the comments or reply to any of them. Isn't that crazy? And usually if there's a reply, it's just a blank. It's like a phony, or it has the same comment as recopied. I don't know what that's about. Does Grandma Warbucks go through and do that nonsense? Does she doesn't know what to say, so she just copies the comment. She hits reply and she pastes the same comment. Very strange stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on there with Timbo. I'm going to do a Nomadic Fanatic video separately. I'll film one of them things. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, he doesn't put out as many vids as Tim. It's only once in a while, so it's easier. It's easy to do it. He still hasn't explained. I thought his latest vid, when he explained stuff, I thought it was about what happened in Quartzsite. It turns out it was nothing to do with that. It's about what happened to his old land. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But yeah, he still hasn't addressed. It's as strange as ever with the Quartzsite thing. So, on that note, let me talk a little bit. Well, first we're going to talk a little bit about BJ and the bear. This is crazy stuff. I just happened to see this on YouTube. There's a guy that bought one of the original trucks. If you guys know about this show, it came out 1978. It was filmed to like 1981 or 80. Yeah, it was a really cool show. Had this guy, BJ, who was Billy Joe McKay. And he had a monkey, a pet monkey that rode with him in a big rig. And that the monkey, I think, was known as the bear. Or a lot of times truckers call the police, I think they call them the bear. So maybe it meant he was always like running from the police, BJ and the bear. Or, no, I think his pet monkey was called Bear. That's what I think the deal is. I used to watch the show, guys, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in many a moon. I watched it back when it was really on the air, when it was premiering. So BJ, by the way, was played by Greg Evigan. and he was from New Jersey. He later appeared on, I believe, General Hospital. Yeah, he's still around. He's like in his 70s. But yeah, this truck was really cool. It had a white stripe along the rig and the trailer itself. And the trailer, the whole truck and trailer were painted red. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a Kenworth. And it was a special, the K123, if I'm not mistaken. And it had a special sleeper cab. It was called like the Aero cab. And the top, it had two windows that were tilted back at an extra high portion. It was a cab over truck that had a sleeper. And at the time, that was a really cool design, a really cool looking truck. It still is. And apparently they built 4 of these trucks for just making the show. Yeah. I used to watch that show when I went to my grandma's house. Yeah, we used to watch that. BJ and the Bear. It was exciting to watch. I remember that. Oh, you know what the thing is that I observed? This guy has one of the trucks. It's on YouTube. I should have tagged the guy's channel, but if you search BJ and the Bear, I'm sure it will come up. One of the original trucks. It's not one of these things that gets like mega amounts of views. But if you're into that stuff, pretty damn cool. This guy, his dad ran a hardware store, and they were lucky enough to find one of the trucks. They bought it and they restored it. Yeah. Here's the deal. Here's my observation. It dawned on me now. At the time I was a kid, I didn't really understand all this. I was like, that's really cool, being a trucker, having a rig like that, the whole bit. You're like what's called an owner-operator. You make, apparently, even back then, you would make more money working for a truck company than being an owner-operator. You pick up your own loads. I got to redo the like and subscribe under here. It started coming off from the dishwasher. Hit the thumbs up, by the way. Your friend New York Dan, who's bringing you BJ and the Bear content. Yeah. So here's my observation now. I've been to like these trucking centers, or like where I've had freight delivered and it came by flatbed or by trailer truck. It dawned on me, when they do the trailers or they pack them and unload them, I don't ever see a rig parked with it. Usually the trailer is backed up to the warehouse and there's no tractor part attached to it. I think they trade out the trailers because that way it like saves time. You like drop the load off, you unhook your rig, and then you drive over and pick up another trailer, and then you're off. I'm not 100 about this. Leave in the comments if you're an expert, if you know about this, but it dawned on me, having a trailer that matches your truck, I think that's Hollywood, baby. I think that's all Hollywood. I don't think that happens in real life. Yeah. And you know how expensive or how much work goes into having a trailer, all that painting to make that red trailer with the white stripe, and he had like pinstripes along the white stripe, all that detail work to do a whole trailer like that. That's Hollywood. Yeah. And then the cab had an elaborate paint job on it too. Yeah, I don't think most truckers can afford to do stuff like that. Yeah, it's hard enough just paying for the truck. But it made for a great TV show back in the day. And you know what I used to snack on? We would have, you know those Cheez-It crackers? Those little, Nabisco made them. They still have them around. I've seen them in Target. We would snack on those and Pringles potato chips. That would be this go-to snack for watching TV and ginger ale. Drink some ginger ale with that. That's a good snack. I'm getting hungry already. And I don't have any of those things anywhere in my place here. There's no ginger ale, there's no Cheez-Its, and there's no Pringles. Jeez Louise. What kind of place is this? Cowpote's basement, guys. Tap water. Yup. Back in the day, and we would watch that on a Zenith color TV. That's right, cutting edge, guys. A console. You had to have a console TV. And it had the color. That's how we could see the paint scheme of this truck. That's how we saw it. Yeah, that's what was so cool about it. The red, the white stripe, the whole bit. You had to have a color TV, man. It costs a little bit extra, but what are you going to do? I mean, come on, with a black and white TV, you can watch Honeymooners or I Love Lucy on that and pretend you are living large. But none of the real good shows, the new shows that were just coming out, the broadcast shows featured on TV Guide. You need a color TV for those, baby. Yup. You want to watch All in the Family? See what the meathead's up to? Yeah, you want a color TV. Forget black and white. Even Burt Sugarman's Midnight Special. Yeah, that's in color. High def. So, that's my little rant there about a vintage TV show. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? Oh, the radio controlled boats. There's a cool website called hobbyking.com. I used to order stuff from there. They've been in business a while now. Really cool stuff if you get into radio control. This is great if you're retired. If you're looking for a hobby, you're retired, yeah, check out hobbyking.com. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can learn how to fly a radio control plane. They do have some boats too, radio control boats. You can build your own even. It's really cool stuff. The stocks. Yeah, I was going to include a little stock talk in my videos. Just checking the time. Make sure I'm not going overtime here. Yeah, you know what? We're off to a new year, and I got to get real serious about trading now. I want to make a lot of money in the new year, and there's an old saying, so goes January, so goes the rest of the year. So we gotta watch this carefully and see how it's doing. But it could be a gangbuster year. There's a lot of good news going on with a lot of these companies. There's tech. There's conventional companies. You know, the tariff situation has calmed down. I'm going to show you what I got. Now, you may have seen this if you watched my channel during the year. I actually ordered this last year, and I only set it up once and tested it for a video. This is a computer. The whole computer is in here. I only paid like $160 for it, something like that. This thing, I'm going to set up a new office with this computer. I'm going to use a couple computers, but this is cutting edge. It's got an Intel processor. It's got built-in graphics. I think it will be fast enough. It's got an It's called an Alder Lake N95 CPU in it. 16 gigabytes RAM, 512 gigabytes ROM. Oh, you know what that is? That's like the hard drive. I think it has a solid state hard drive in it. It came with like Windows 11 on it or something. This is going to be good enough to run my stock trading. My older computer's way too old. It's having problems. This is going to be good enough. Look at that. It's got the I think that's the microprocessor. Look at that gold. Yeah. So anyway, but believe it or not, this sounds great. Oh, it's a magic box. You're going to make millions with this thing. Yeah. If I was one of those damn clickbaiters or those real bad YouTube channels, that's what I do. I get this out. I mean, I got this to make millions of dollars. Buy my program. You're going to have to cough up the cash. I'm going to sell you a program on stock trading. You're going to make it. No, I don't do that crap. My channel's free to watch, guys. You can subscribe for free. I'm not charging money. I'm not doing that nonsense. I'm going to make my own money by doing trades, and it has nothing to really do with this box. This is just a tool. The trading is far more complicated than anything. You know, this is what you're going to use to do it, but it's not really, I wouldn't trust it selecting stocks. No, I got to do that myself. It's just like with AI, like the videos I make, the funnies about Sarasota and stuff, those little clips. Yeah, AI can do amazing stuff. Otherwise, I would need like a Hollywood production crew and like a whole set, like a whole staff of people to put together a set, get permission to film, you know, in a certain location. Yeah, you would have to have like an RV park, whole film crew set up there. You'd have to have all kinds of people, stunt driver, a whole bunch of stuff, just to make that. I'm able to make it, but the whole idea, everything is made by me. I'm supplying the concept, the narration, the whole bit. I'm just using AI as a tool. Yeah. It's the same with doing the trades. So I saw some of the comments on the video. We still don't know where Just Joe went. We have no idea what happened to him. He disappeared. And the funny thing is, but around the end of December, I saw a comment from him, and I was with Leslie, and I was in, you know, super busy. I didn't have time, so I didn't. I don't know if he got mad. I didn't hit the like on his comment. I was gonna go back and answer it later, and because I just saw it go through. So anyway, long story short, I went back like the next day when I had free time because I was going to write him more about the trades or what to do. Comment was gone. I don't know if he took it down, and I haven't heard from him since. He used to always be commenting about stock trades, but it was like options he did, and that's like more of a lotto ticket. You buy options. The problem is the ones that are real cheap, they expire in like a couple days. It's not really that good. I think you got less of a chance of making money trading options. They can be useful, like if you're doing a stock trade that's very risky and you want to back it up, you can put options behind it. But usually, if the stock you're trading is that risky, the options are priced sky high. It's just like a bet, like a sports bet, where they have, what do you call it? Oh, man. What do they call that? It's not a handicap. It's, The spread, they call it the spread. They give the underdog team some leeway. They don't have to win the game for you to win the bet. The underdog gets within 5 points, like with basketball or something. That's called the spread. So you can bet on the underdog and have just as much chance to win as the favorite. Yeah. Well, the same thing is kind of done with options. The riskier the company is, the more expensive it costs you to buy the options. The volatility, the more volatile the trading is. So it's very hard. Like, you're better off trading the actual stock. Oh, yeah. You know what? I just remembered something looking through these comments, which I was going to talk about. JJ crushing it in Florida, that's down. His channel's gone. I warned him. I said that in previous videos in December, I said, you better not use that AI too much with, like, he had Fred talking. He put Tim, he put, I don't know if he used Tim exactly, but he was using Miss Tammy exactly. Yeah. He might have even been using Tim. I warned him about that. I'm like, your channel's going to get deleted if you do that. You're going to get in trouble. You can't do that stuff. You can't take the photo. I know it can be done with AI software. You can load in the exact photo. But when I use the AI software, it specifically told me, it's like, you can only use photos that you have explicit permission from the person to use. Yeah. Otherwise, you're making what's called deep fakes. You're having the person do things and say things that they didn't do in real life. Yeah, that's how you get in trouble with these channels. And then I heard he copyright struck the Life of Vibe again. She's playing this whole video, though. You know, the problem is you can't, like, the latest video. So instead of people watching it on Tim's channel, they can watch his whole video on her channel. She just pauses it and she's like, ha 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 ha, Tim, naughty naughty Tim, ha 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 ha. Beep. Let's see the rest of his video. Beep. Tim, you've been a bad boy. Ha 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 ha. You can't play the latest video. You can't do that. Tater, Troll Patrol, I think they were called, the guy's channel was called. He would play Tater's videos. He would do the same thing, and his channel got deleted from YouTube finally. Or he was restricted from playing any of Tater's stuff. Yeah. You're not supposed to be doing that. Let's be real. I mean, if you want to talk about a specific topic, you can play little clips of the person and get away with that. But here's the deal. Most of the videos that you see people doing that with, where they put their picture in the corner and they're playing the video and giving commentary, most of those videos, the way they get away with that, the person that they're doing, like Gotius does this. I've mentioned him. He gets a ton of views. This guy's a controversial character. He's like European, and he talks about like eating raw meat. He's like an extreme kind of carnivore. He's got like a health philosophy, long story short. But he plays other people's like diet or workout videos, and he's like, look, this guy's all wrong. He's lifting man-made metal at a man-made building. That's not natural. And he plays their content. But the deal is most of those channels, they love that because it gives them more exposure. He has like 100,000 subscribers or something, and he's playing these diet guy channels and or weight guys, and you know those are a dime a dozen, so they're hard pressed to get views. So when he plays their channel, they like it. That's the difference. You can get away with playing the whole video if the person doesn't mind. But if you're playing the person's latest content, so they watch the video made by Sarasota Tim on Life of Vibe or whatever, then that's a little bit different. The latest video, yeah, and she doesn't go back and play his old video from like 2 months ago and do a comment on it. No, it's the latest video. That's how you do it. There's other guys doing that too on there. They don't care about having building a monetized channel or whatever, and they got nothing to lose. They play Tim and they talk about it. They play his whole video essentially, but I don't know if they're still doing that or not. But it's really, you know what, they shouldn't do that, because if they want to be a retired guy and do a YouTube channel, they're screwing themselves over, because once you're banned, you can't start another channel up. No. So I don't think it's worth it to play games with that. Yeah, I forgot about that. JJ's whole channel, all that work he did, the whole thing, he went by way of Miss Oil. Yeah, olive oil, Miss Oil. Before JJ was doing it, the channel with AI, she was doing it with Sarasota Tim. And she was making funny stuff, you know, just like JJ, but it went too far, and that's the end of her channels, and she can't do it. She can't start a new channel. Yup. A matter of fact, yes, sometimes Darling gets a video from Miss Oil somehow. I don't know how. Could they be the same person? I don't think so. But Miss Oil's videos were really funny. Yeah, she had Tim dressed in like a black bar cowboy outfit, singing in a band, and he was saying bad stuff about himself. It's pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, I was trying to find the comments about the stock stuff. I wanted to see. I remember I was just answering that one. Here it is. Is it this one? This is it. Yeah, Pat D commented, I don't know much about stocks, but seeing where Palantir dropped, or they call it Palantir. I think it's an AI stock. I've known about this stock a long time. I've watched it. I could kick myself because at one time it was $26. And you imagine how much you would make. It became a meme stock. That's when everyone just buys it because they hear about other people making money with it. It becomes like a Ponzi scheme. And it gets pumped up and up and up. But if you know anything about trading, all it takes is to look at the PE ratio to see that it's getting out of control. So she noticed it dropped, or he noticed, and let's see here. My apologies. It must be Pat. Could be a girl, right? Because you also have guys like Pat Buchanan. Remember that guy? He's a political figure. Patrick. Let's see. What do you think of it? It's Peter Thiel's company. Would it be good to buy the drop? Now get this, Peter Thiel, if I'm not butchering that. I know about the stock. I know about these people. I may not know how to pronounce everything correctly. This guy has this, Peter Thiel, he has this unkept or like gray curly hair, and it's all over the place. He looked like a kind of like Einstein, but yeah, he's a character. People have been talking about him over the last week. They said he did an interview, and I heard stock traders saying things like, "Oh, he was on meth. Oh, he was on amphetamine." Yeah, I heard them commenting about his interview. I didn't see the interview itself, but he's an eccentric character, and the company's been going gangbusters. It went way up, but then it's coming back down now. And I replied and said that exactly this. It got pumped way up, and I said it's a Vegas bet. I said I think there are better stocks to trade. NVIDIA would be a safer play. NVDA. Now, I'm just going to give you an example. I'm looking it up right now. The problem, I'm going to tell you, PLTR is the ticker. Okay, it went down $9, it looks like, on almost $10 on Friday. And then after hours, it bounced up $1.74. Here's the problem with it. If you look at the ratio, the PE ratio, oh, that's the problem with CNBC. You're trying to like do work, and they put up like an ad pops up. PE ratio is currently 392. It trades 392 times what its earnings per share are. That's really, really bad. 43 cents are the earnings per share. And the debt to equity, that's not even giving me a read. It just shows a black dash mark. It's no good. This is a hot potato. The earnings date's February 2nd. And the problem is, if you want to do options, that's like a lotto ticket on this. Those are mad expensive. Now, I'll give you an example. NVIDIA, NVDA, I want to buy back into it. I sold it out. I made money on it. That was a trade I did on the last day of the year. I sold it out because I had a good profit, and I wanted to square the trade up for the end of the year. And now I'll get back into it again. I should have bought it. It went up $2.35 on Friday. We'll see where the market go. Got to get a feel of what's going on. It could be a trick. It started off the year on a very good note, and then who knows, Monday morning something bad could happen. I don't quite trust it yet. We got to see a trend. Toward the end of the year, it wasn't a Santa Claus rally too much. A lot of stuff was, the NASDAQ was beat down. Okay, the PE on NVIDIA is only 46.7. That's much better. And the debt to equity is only 7%. That is very low. They have a ton of cash. Yeah, this one is a good company. It even pays a very small dividend at 4 cents. It's not good. As far as yield goes, it's like 0.02 of 1%. But after hours, it's close to $189 a share. I'm going to be looking at that. I want to buy me in to that, but I don't want to be, a fool's gold rally. I don't want to buy it right when it jumped up on New Year, the first day of the year or second day of the year. Nope. I also want to get back in the Carnival, CCL. I sold that off to square the trade away. I had a very successful trade with that. I think there's more room to run on it. But again, I'm watching to see if there's any quicksand problem. Yeah. And then I'm going to go big into that again. It's around 31, something like that. Walmart, I cashed that out. I had a great trade on that. I actually sold a lot of that. When did I cash it out? On Friday. Maybe I'll get back into it. I'm watching it. But the problem with Walmart, it is on the expensive side already. For a retailer, the PE ratio is a little on the high side. So it's one of those trades that I got to be real careful about as far as a buy and hold goes. It's already high priced. Yeah. We'll talk more stocks. I'll show you the setup when I get this set up. We'll try to do some more stocks when I do my my shows, so to speak. Do a little bit each time. Just a little bit at a time, man. Just a taste. Because it is technical stuff, and a lot of people they don't follow it that quickly. Especially if you gave them too much information too fast. Yeah. And hey, with any luck, I hope to do some good trades and do good for the year. Make a lot of money in January and February. Then take the rest of the year off. How's that? Do travels for YouTube videos. We'll see. Long Island Ken's had it rough. I told him that I'll get him breakfast or lunch or something, do a meetup. See what he thinks. See what's going on. Is he still going to trade this year? We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Yeah, I think we've ranted enough here. Top of the morning to you, me lads. This will be Sunday, early morning chat. Welcome to Sunday. Sunday morning with Charles Carrolt. We went from Bert Sugarman's Midnight Special down with Wolfman Jack to Sunday morning with Charles Carrolt. Does he still host that? I'm not even sure. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. In New York, it's going to be damn cold. It's 22 degrees right now. I think maybe if we're lucky, it will go above freezing tomorrow. Or on Sunday, I should say. We're already here. Tomorrow is here. The future is now. What was that we were saying about Tim? Your future's in your past. Oh, no. Anyway, guys, hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great Sunday morning. Top of the morning to you, my lads. Fill this up with McAfee later. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. This is your friend, New York Dan, over and out.